Good, good, man.
Well, we're live. We already got the guys here. So what's up, you guys? UFO Proof here. We're just talking to Alex. We haven't seen him in a little while. Where you been, Alex?
Man, bro, I mean, I've been helping a buddy do a remodeling in Clear Lake, and there is no reception whatsoever out there.
Oh yeah, dude. So fuck, man. They're trying to do Google Hangouts, dude. Impossible, man. No,
impossible, bro. I mean, so I've been doing the restaurant in the mornings, and then I was fucking with him like 3 or 4 days out of the week. So it was, man. I'd get home and I'm like, fuck, they were on like literally every other day. So
I got on here earlier today, and you didn't get on. You weren't on here, and Skinny Man was.
Oh, I missed it by like 1 hour. I missed it by an hour. I was pissed.
To myself, I was like, you know what? I'll do another one later. And hopefully Alex will be able to join on with us. So all the other people don't get a chance to get on here, So
yeah, man. How you been, Kyle? Everything good?
Good, man. Good. When your ass is gonna come down here, dude?
Man, bro, like, man, literally. Well, since I was doing this shit, man, but now I'm like, literally, like, man, I'm gonna have like probably about the next month. No, give me 2 weeks. Give me about 2 weeks, man. I'm about to fly out there because I want to cut this shit off, but I'm not gonna do it. So we do the fucking Giorgio shit.
Wait for it, dude. You gotta wait till you come up here to cut it off.
Look at this shit.
Such a funny skit, dude. I'm telling you, dude. Let me see. That's not bad, dude.
Oh, brother. No, but you got. If I put my shit up right now, it'll be crazy.
Dude, you can't cut it. You gotta wait, man. You gotta do it, man.
That's why I've been waiting. Though, I swear. People are like, man, what are you trying to do? I'm like, man, I'm trying to go see my homeboy. I don't even understand.
It's gonna be epic. It'll be such a funny skit, dude.
And I've been watching this shit, so I almost got it down. I got his shit down. I'm telling you.
No shit, dude. Oh man, I want to see it. That'd be so. I like the way he talks, man. In the remote past, just the way he's in the. He like says the instead of the. Like he's like in the remote past,
Because he talks English well, yeah, but he's just like, but in the past, we love it. He's got his little emphasis on certain words. And
that's
shit.
Great.
Yeah,
this should be funny, man. What up,
dude? Like, what the fuck? I'm at work.
Raphael,
I just spilled the coffee over my hands.
And he would just walk by, like walking by with like gear and stuff, just doing work and just walking past the camera back. It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
But I'm at Altus break right now.
Are you on break right now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, I was like, don't be working and trying to do a Google Hangouts, man. You'll fucking mess something up, pull the wrong lever, and some guy will get fucking grinded up into fucking horse.
No, I'm the only one at the machine.
When you try to work and do this, you just do get nothing done. That's what I do.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Hey, dude, regarding Tyler and his paranoid shit,
Good, how are you?
I don't think it's MIB or shit. I just, like you say, it's a stalker or like who said it? Like it's just the death of someone that's psychotic or original stalker. I don't know.
That's what I think. I think Tyler should definitely be nervous and fucking he should keep his eye open, not for MIB, but for some sick fucking, I love you, those fucking guys, I mean,
the guy with fucking props in his car driving around.
Fucking people become fucking like obsessed with you, Like, oh man, it could be it could be bad news for him, dude.
What do you think about that video, bro? What do you guys think about that? We were just talking about that earlier, right? So he has Men in Black sitting in front of his house, right, or what?
Yeah, but are you sure in Tyler's in that other vehicle that is actually an alien or a gray and not an inflatable alien for doing probing?
Of course, it's not an alien. He should definitely be on the lookout because we got great fucking fans, man. Like fucking, people like are just weird. They're like, I love you to death, man. Just fucking shame.
Yeah, that was me who said it was an angry father. I'm the one who said that.
What up, Tom?
Worried about.
That shit's scary, man. I mean, I think he should watch out, man. Where the Mohawk at? What up? Here you go. It's slicked back right now, dude.
There you go.
Oh, hit the like button. We got trolls in here already. What?
A like already?
Oh, you're on. God,
oh no!
Hit the like button.
Hey, how's Margot?
Yeah, where the fuck Margot?
How's she doing? I haven't talked to her in a while.
Yeah, I haven't talked to Margot in a little bit. Well, at least, I mean, I think just a couple days, man. What up, Will MC? How you doing, buddy? What up, Maddie? Doing good? Smokosaurus Rex, am I saying that right? Smokysaurus Rex. I think I don't know if I'm saying that right.
Yeah. Woo! You know what? They're lucky it wasn't me with that shit, because I would have gone viral by going outside and beating the fucking Men in Black's ass. You know, come on.
Epic, dude.
Yeah, I know, right?
Tell me, come on. If that was my wife, you think I'm gonna ride off on my motorcycle and leave her in there by herself? What kind of stupid shit was that? I would have gone up to the window and just been a nice guy, like myself. I would have been like, "Hey, I don't recognize you. How you doing? Everything okay?"
Yeah,
that's all you have to say. That's it.
Number 3. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, right. That's it. I'm not gonna let my wife in there by herself with a fucking creeper out there.
Talk to him. I'm like, I'm smash you, motherfucker.
The other thing you could do
off on his motorcycle. Come on, man. That was like, God damn. You left her in there by herself.
Yeah.
And then you said that a dude ran out the fucking side of your house and ran in the car and then skirted out. What kind of bullshit is that?
I caught it. Somebody looking in my window like a few years ago.
We should send one of these to Tyler, dude, just so he can protect himself, dude. You know, I feel bad for the guy. He's gonna get 1 million subscribers, dude. I'm telling you, 1 million people. Out of that million, there's got to be at least 3 or 4 who are like going to rape him to death or some shit, dude. He's got to be.
Person that was looking at my window and shit, I fucking knocked his ass out, and the cops came and took him to fucking jail, man.
Oh man, I would at least knock on the window. Man. I would have knocked on the window and asked.
He took a swing at me, and I fucking swung back, and I hit him right in the fucking jaw, and his head hit the fucking so hard.
Yeah, I got rocked the other day, dude.
My dad caught someone looking in our window and knocked him out too when I was a kid.
What?
Oh, yeah? Nice.
Yeah, my dad knows karate. He was like a black belt or something. And my mom was in the kitchen and she was doing dishes or something. And this freaking guy was looking through the windows, and my dad went outside and he fucking like punched him in the throat and knocked him out.
Yeah. Wow, throat punch, dude.
Throat punch. Ooh.
Who said sweep the leg, dude?
That was me.
That fucking karate kid, dude. Sweep the leg.
Yeah, well, my thumb got all cut up because I fucking put his teeth through his lip and shit. That's what the cops told me. He had to go to the hospital and have his fucking face stitched up and shit.
Ooh.
I didn't hit him off balance.
Hey, if you got,
you know,
you got a wife and kids or something, somebody peeps through the window.
Yeah,
bro, I'm not gonna ride off on a motorcycle. I will, man. I'm telling you, if I don't have a weapon or anything, man.
Maybe Tyler's girlfriend is more tough than he is.
Hey,
I don't know, but when the cop asks you what did you hit him with, and I'm like my fist, and they're looking at you like, "Fuck, I'm glad we're not dealing with you."
No, dude, I think
that's the difference between the States and Canada. In Canada, well, the cops come in the States and you say, "Guy was looking in my window and I punched him in the face," and they go, "Ha ha," and they take him away. In Canada, when my dad did it, the cop showed up and he said, "Yeah, a guy was peeking in my window. I punched him in the throat," and the cop said, "I didn't hear that," because you get taken to jail. Wow. Canada has no self-defense. There's no self-defense. You can't, if you do, you're going to jail.
Now, speaking of weird laws like that, you guys want to hear a weird case that I've seen where this guy, he waited at his house. These teenagers were breaking into his house and shit when he would leave. And so what he did was he moved his truck, and then he fucking came back to his house. He like snuck to his house, and then he hid inside his house, and he waited for the teenagers to break in. And then when he did, he fucking shot them both to death.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh hell.
Yeah, you know that case, and he was on the phone with the cops. And you could hear him saying, he's like, he's like, oh, you're fucking dead, bitch. You're dead, dude. Your fucking boyfriend's dead and you're dead. And boom, and he can hear him shooting her again, dude. Like, and I'm like thinking, what? He just totally used that to fucking murder kids, dude. And thank God he got found guilty of murder, But I mean, this is what it's come down to.
People actually represent a threat to you that requires lethal force. You just can't shoot somebody even if they're in your own house.
Well, I mean, there's comes a point where I'm like, hey, I understand defending your house and shit like that. I understand, okay? But when you do something like that, straight up, what the fuck is his phone doing, dude? Raphael, mute your phone, dude.
Put a knife in it.
I told him that earlier.
Dead and shit.
Yeah.
There's a famous case in Canada like that, Kyle. That
Is there?
Yeah, it made it impossible for someone to defend themselves in their home. The guy owed another guy money, and the guy that he owed money to showed up at his door and said, I'm going to kick in your door and kill you. And then he kicked in his door, and the guy shot him and killed him, and that guy went to jail for murder.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah. And so ever since then in Canada, you can't, there's no situation where you can shoot someone and not go to jail.
Yeah, I heard that shit a couple of weeks ago about somebody getting shot or something up in Canada, and now they've taken that right away to protect yourself. It's gone now, I guess. I didn't know
See, that's
that.
one thing.
Is it like that across Canada?
Yeah, Skin Man, you're in Texas, right?
I'm in Oklahoma.
Oklahoma. Who's from Texas? Who do I have on there who's from Texas? I forget. But I'll tell you something. Like in the States, that will never happen. Like if you're in Texas, I think not only will you not go to jail for murder, but I think like the court gives you like a prize for killing anyone who comes onto your property. It's like a device, like a tax credit or something. They're like, oh yeah, you took them out. Yeah, good for you.
You saved them. Yeah, well, just look at the money you saved them in court fees and fines.
I like just killing.
Huh?
Well, I'm just saying, that's why I always say like I'm like the worst progressive because I'm like I don't give a you fuck around at my shit. If you're even close to my property, I'll fuck you up, dude. I mean, it's like,
yeah.
And when not even on my property, off of my property, as long as I'm not at your house, I'll still fuck you up. I think that it's kind of a scary situation where people think that they can just murder somebody who's coming to their house or doing something like that. When you have like these kids that got killed, this guy straight up murdered them, and he was planning to kill them. And so
that's called baiting.
Yeah, like he
baited him.
Like that's just fucked up. I don't care. Like fucking, if you felt your life was in danger, that's one thing. But if not, you can't go around shooting people. I don't care if they fucking.
I mean, where do you draw the line? The meter reader, like. A meter reader
that only happens.
He's looking over my fence and shit. I'm gonna shoot him. I mean, fuck, dude. You got to draw the line. But this guy was trying to break in my girlfriend's car after he was looking in the window and shit. So.
I'm gonna fuck him up too, dude.
Yeah, he's trying to break the door open. He's trying to fucking cram, get into it and stuff. And I was just like, fucking, that's enough right there. I just went fucking out there to confront him.
Where the fuck does Raphael work?
He prints stickers.
What the fuck? Where the fuck do you work, dude? Can he
prints stickers.
Oh, he prints stickers. Oh, okay.
Yeah. For like all kinds of shit.
Print stickers,
dude, he should start his channel where it's just him like working as he just walks back and forth working, dude. I want to see him start a channel just like that. Just see how he just appears and he just disappears and shit like doing shit. Hey, what up?
He hacked his computer and make some UFO-proof stickers.
Fuck yeah, dude.
It's called Raphael Live.
Raphael Live, dude. What up, Paul? How you doing, buddy? Paul gets on here. He never got this camera on. He never has his fucking microphone on. What the fuck,
chill
Paul?
the fuck up.
What up, baby Astro Killer? How you doing, buddy? What up, Paul? Paul Thomas, how you doing, buddy? Will MC, doing good? Yo, Paul, bro, dude.
Paul joined the call. Paul left the call.
What up, Brett? Doing good? Ufo bro says he's riding on GTA 5. You guys doing good?
Kind of horror shit.
What the fuck is all that exactly? Maddie Parr says exactly. I walked up to the car, knocked on the glass, told him to roll down the window, asked who the fuck are you, and dealt with him. That's fucking right, dude.
Where's that behind you?
Who this one? Hang on. This bass guitar?
Yeah.
Whose is it? I don't know. I found it here yesterday, just sitting in my house. Whose fucking bass guitar do you think it is, dude? It's mine.
You have everyone hanging out there with you, you know, half the time and shit.
Yeah,
with a bass guitar.
No, that's my bass guitar, man. What's cool is like I got it set up on my fucking my karaoke machine, dude. Check this bad boy out. This thing's pretty slick, dude. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. You probably can't even see that. No. Yeah, I guess not, because the camera in front of it. Let me see here.
Pizza.
See?
If you guys want to see a really cool UFO kind of debate discussion, you should check out the MUFON panel from last week at the MUFON 2017 symposium. Richard Dolan goes up. Richard Dolan goes on the panel, and he's got like 4 other of these new age esoteric SSP whistleblower fraud dudes up there, and he frickin' just lays into them.
Richard Dolan does?
Yeah. He's the only one up. By the way, I figured out who Friedman was. Remember, I didn't know who Friedman was? I do know who he is. I just didn't know that was his name. He's like another guy that's like Dolan. They're like rational thinkers in ufology. Like they really.
Yeah, Dolan does. You know, he's got
Dolan especially
real rational. You know, that's why I think that he's got an issue with Corey Good, because you know Dolan started the whole secret space program thing. You know.
Yeah, and he also started the breakaway civilization hypothesis. If I don't know if you've seen the whole video I made, Kyle, but the last 30 minutes is really not the last 30 minutes, but throughout I make the point that Corey has taken really good, solid UFO research by Richard Dolan. Yeah. And that's a foundation that he builds his bullshit on top of. Right. And it tricks a lot of people into thinking that there's something to it, when all he's doing is ripping off Dolan and then building a ridiculous Scooby-Doo cartoon on top of it.
Exactly, man. Yeah. Sheldon Cooper is from Texas. All right. Let's see what's up here. Oh, link. Yeah, here's a link, you guys. Here. Anyone who wants to join, come and join us, you guys. I'm too stoned to press any buttons. This is my limit. There you go, Will and C. Yeah. Paul, what the fuck happened to you, dude? Will MC says a real man need no weapons, only his hands. That's fucking right, dude. Can you over
weapons with
Netflix?
Axes.
Oh shit, dude. Oh, those are pretty sweet guitars, man.
Yeah, this one actually it plays really well. Done a lot of work on this one.
I can't fucking
medium low.
Play a guitar. I own a guitar, but I mean, I'm terrible at playing guitar, man.
Well, you just practice.
Guys, I'm building guitars. If you want a proper electric guitar, get one built by me.
Built by you.
You call it a Raphael special.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, I was a roadie in a death metal band for like 15 years or so.
You've been a roadie in a death metal band?
Abscess and Autopsy.
Oh man, that would suck, dude.
Yeah, it was pretty fucking brutal, dude. Especially down in Oakland. And we'd play late in Oakland, and fucking we'd stop at Denny's, and it's not like white people, you know. Crazy.
Okay, sure. Anyway, so I'm hoping to do this. Tom, you still on here?
Yeah, I'm still here. I just had to shut the camera off because I don't have the bandwidth.
I'm hoping to do to work on this video with Third Phase of Moon, and they're totally down to do it. And but I gotta try to get a hold of them and do it on Skype. Do you have Skype?
Shit. I don't have Skype on this crappy 2004 laptop. I can try and install it. Does Skype work with XP still? Does it still work?
I don't know, but Skype, I don't have it anymore because this virus going around over Skype the last years. That's why I deinstalled it. Because all my friends just sent around virus links because viruses have taken over Skype. Since then, I'm just using Discord or TeamSpeak, you know, or Hangout.
I'll try and install Skype on my computer and see if it works on XP, because a lot of things are not working with XP anymore.
Yeah, it's
good. Yeah, but Skype is like really, really malware. Like, you have to really be careful with Skype. Don't get some malware.
I think there's a delay on like the feed from Raphael, man.
Yeah, because it says he's muted, and then I can hear him.
Yeah, I think it's some kind of fucking weird delay. Anyway, yeah. Try to get Skype, or just get it on your phone or whatever. And
yeah, I'll just get it on the phone.
Yeah, so we can just do a little like.
What about Tyler? Did he say anything about wanting to do it?
I haven't been able to message him back. He never messaged me back.
Okay.
You know, so hopefully, but I know it's like it's hard to actually like get a hold of him. I bet you I heard in one time in a video that he gets like 200 emails a day.
Oh yeah, for sure. You can't with 1 million subscribers. You'd have to be getting that.
So many of them, you know. So it's like you're lucky if you see yours pop up. He does message me on my channel, so like in my message box or whatever. So like I send him messages through there, but it's like when I reply to someone else's messages, if I don't go and look at it, then I don't see the notification for it. So I have to wait until he sees a notification. So hopefully we'll find that out. But at the very least, I want to fucking work that shit out with us and Third Phase, because that's gonna be epic as fuck, man. I mean, those guys are super funny. And I think like the shit that we have written for it, that Tom and I wrote for it, is gonna be epic, dude. It's gonna be really funny, man. So I want
to talk to them about see if they would be open to me randomly calling into their radio show and pretending to be other people. And I mean, they don't need to know when it's me doing it, and just ask them if I could do that.
Why would you ask them if you can do that? You would just do it.
Oh, it's just out of respect, man. Just because I don't want to fuck with them.
Pretend to be someone else. Like, what would you say?
I would call and I'd be all kinds of different people from all over the place, and I would try and come up with the most ridiculous scenarios I could come up with, and try and get Blake to go like, "That's amazing," and wow, and stuff like that.
Yeah, you don't want to do that because like when you listen to their callers now, it's funny because like even though they have some crazy fucking people on there, like you can see that they try to end those conversations like real quick now.
Do they?
All right, yep, gotta go. Yeah, it's funny, dude. Like this one dude was talking about how he's seen Quetzalcoatl, and the fucking how they gave him a feather, and they're like, what? And they're like, it's like, all right, and we're gonna switch to the next caller, and they just like cut him off in the middle of everything, It's like, all right, dude. No, do that to the
I wouldn't want to do it. I wouldn't want to do like I just think it would be funny if there was some way to do it where it wasn't like insulting to the viewers and stuff. I guess you'd have to let them know.
It would probably be insulting to the viewers. I think your best bet is why don't you just call in to their radio show and talk to them about your shit, dude.
I haven't had that much shit. Only that shit I told you, which is I'm not talking about that shit. And then the one UFO thing I saw.
You could call in on the radio show and you could be whoever you wanted to. You don't have to be TM Cleanfill or Tom. You can be fucking Mary Jane. Who gives a fuck?
I'd rather talk to Richard Dolan about that shit, because that shit was real. That's no joke. And I'd rather talk to somebody who's like, fucking rational and like grounded. That's who I want to talk to about that stuff. I don't want to talk to Blake. He'll friggin' put ideas in my head. Before you know it, I'll think, I can fly or something.
Your story. It's not like they're going to counsel you or give you any fucking tips or I don't even.
Well, then I wouldn't see the point of calling in and telling them about it then. Like, all my interest is with that shit that happened is to figure out if anybody has additional information on what it could be, could point me to other stories and shit like that might help me understand it. But yeah, that shit was weird. I need, it's serious. Like, I need to talk to serious people about that if I ever do talk.
Yeah. That's cool, because I know what you mean. That shit wears on you, man. It really does.
Yeah, because you can't tell. I told Kyle, because like it took me a long time to tell Kyle.
Yeah.
But you can't just tell anybody. You have to be so careful who you tell an experience like that to, because it'll fuck up your whole life if you're not careful.
Yeah,
it'll fuck up your life for sure if you don't keep it kind of cool.
You know,
shit. I definitely had friends make fun of my ass. It happens. Hey,
well,
I can see, you know,
and then also causing grief and like ruining opportunities for you and shit because people talk shit.
Yeah.
Dude,
well,
there's definitely
so many fucking like friends. Like, I've like literally bitch slapped my homies, dude. You know, because of UFOs and them saying a smart ass remark. You know, and it's like it insults me to the core where I'm like, I'm fucking. You know, I'm like, I can't believe you just did that. You know, it's just like fucking. I've literally, for real, I have slapped my fucking homies. Like, I'm like, I'll knock you the fuck out, dude. You know, like it fucking you know.
I've gotten into arguments.
It sucks because you can't. The thing is like there's no like no way to defend what you've seen. You get it? It's like if you don't have it on tape and whatever, and even if you have it on tape, there's no way to fucking argue your case. You know, when there's so much propaganda against the reality. You know, when there's so much shit against it, it's just like
just get to the point where I don't care anymore. It's like I know what I saw, I know what I've been through, I know the things that have happened, and I can't change them, and I just go on, I move on with it. I want to know why, and I want the truth and everything, you know. But I'm not like in a throats or whatever about it. It's just like, you know, you want to talk about it, that's fine. If not,
that's the problem with all these SSP whistleblowers, because people who've had experiences, they don't go and make a fucking career. Public career out of it, you know, to make money. And it's scary. It's scary, disturbing shit that you lock away.
And
that's some personal shit, straight up.
I do. You know, when you realize you've been lied to at state level.
I've told Kyle and I've told Alex stuff that I have never told anybody else, and because it's like the stuff that's happened to me is so serious. And it hurts. I mean, it gets into my soul. And if you just go out and tell some cocksucker about it, right, you're just one of those internet freaks or whatever, you know. Then they go around telling everybody that you're some Fruit Loop, which, you know, I probably am in a lot of ways. But I know what I saw. I don't know what I saw, but I know I saw something. Okay. You know.
UFO bro says, I like third phase, good entertainers, fake entertainers like Hollywood. You know,
people like entertainment, but I'm dealing with the truth. I'm dealing with like real shit. And
you know,
I don't appreciate it.
You know, but that the problem is, and this is the issue. Okay, the problem is that like what third phase deals with is they deal with a lot of crazies in the world, in the UFO community, and as we all know, they infest our community. Fucking, that's a fact. I mean, I even got a bunch of them on our channel who are good friends of ours, you know, and they're crazy as motherfuckers, you know. But so it's like they're everywhere, and I think like, you know, third phase is, you know, open to them, you know, coming in and sharing their stories and stuff. Whereas we're like, you know, you're crazy as fuck, you know, like we call it like we see it, and just, you know, we say it like that. Whereas they're a little more open. So, you know, and at the same time, I don't ever want to turn anyone off of ufology. You know, that's the last thing I ever want to do. I don't want anyone to shut down their UFO channel, right? Shit like that. When I do a debunk or something, that's not for you to say that, you know, for me to say, oh, I don't like your channel, I don't like you, you know, just quit. I never want that. Last thing I ever want, you know. I don't want any of these UFO channels to quit. I just want them to, you know, to share the truth. And if I have to debunk a video, then that's, you know, I got to do that because it's like, you know, it's sharing the truth, but it's like, it's not saying, hey, stop doing what you're doing, because that's the absolute last thing that I want. And you know, out of UFO proof is to make someone quit their channel, and you know,
that's going one way or another.
And crazy motherfuckers, dude. That's part of it. You know, that's something that comes along with it. But it's like we have to figure out how to, you know, balance out the craziness with the, you know, with the people who are telling the truth. And then you got to think about, what about the people who have crazy stories who are telling the truth?
Well, that's the thing,
right?
Rare, you know, and that's what's so difficult, you know.
Yeah, that's the, you know, and then
well, yeah, we all have them.
One at a time.
I mean, when you see it all, you see it all. What can I say?
We all have room to improve.
Go ahead, Tom.
Oh, I was just gonna say, you know, if you can't, like it kind of feeds in and ties into some of actually what I was just talking about, Dolan's hypotheses and theories about how the deep state injects a lot of noise and bullshit into this for whatever reason. There's clear evidence that they do, and they encourage crazies.
I agree.
They encourage people that are already like kind of mentally, like, how do you tell the difference between someone who's got schizophrenia and someone who's had a genuine experience, right?
Right? It's difficult. And that's a big issue, you know, because it's like, it's hard to tell the difference. And someone, you know, or someone who's completely pathological and believing their own bullshit, or someone who's, you know, had the actual experience, to someone who's, you know, just crazy and shit like that.
What's crazy with the psychosis is that they say that you can have multiple people have hallucinations. And so how do you explain that? How do you explain 3 people that are normal people all of a sudden having the same hallucination, and they say that's schizophrenia?
Yeah, well, and it almost just as interesting to say, you know what?
It's so easy to say we're all crazy. We're all fucking crazy. That's what it is.
Yeah, and it almost crazy enough to ask, okay, what if nobody's getting abducted? What if abduction doesn't happen?
Yeah.
What are all these people seeing then? The thousands of people that report the same thing.
And you know what's even
in itself?
You know what's more messed up is that there are cases where multiple people have simultaneous hallucinations. And there was one case where a couple went out into the desert to camp, and they decided they were going to burn cactus for their fire, and they burnt a cactus that is a hallucinogen, and like peyote. And they both started tripping out together. And they both started.
I mean, the same I wish I was there. Flying elephant, like all with the same details and stuff. Maybe there is an invisible flying polka dotted elephant or whatever, and that you don't see it until all of a sudden your like frequency has changed a little bit, and they all have now the frequency change the same. That would be more, to me, evidence that there is something there that you don't see normally.
Well, that
we don't know shit. Vibration.
That DMT stuff is crazy.
I think you got it right there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff that is hidden as it's like in some kind of a I don't know, a shadow. I don't know. It's hidden.
I've seen shadow people, and I've seen them with other people at the same time. I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
So hang on a second, you guys. So Jeffrey Buchalaco, am I saying that right? I don't know. He says, I don't want to talk about the experiences with UFOs. I experiment with technology to create the ability to spy on these UFOs. I have to agree with you. I do the same exact thing. And I think everybody should, dude. You know, experiment with technologies to try to create the ability to spy on these UFOs. That's what it all comes down to. If you're able to do that, if you're clever enough to figure out a way to do that, then that's how you get the answer. That's how you get the validation. That's how you do it. You know,
Dolan said that on the MUFON panel. He said if you have FLIR, you should be using it to look up at the sky. Because he said if you look up at the sky with FLIR and other technologies, you see all kinds of crazy shit, and that is evidence of something. Dolan said that on the panel.
Well, that's the thing. You know, when you look, if you know, that's true. But like, you got some people like that fucking Joey Franco fucking idiot, dude, you know, who's up there fucking filming bugs and bats and, you know, can't tell the difference, saying it's going 10,000 miles an hour. And it's like, it's clearly not. It's just fucking barely flying across the sky. And it's like, dude, come on. I'm not saying he doesn't see a UFO up there. I'm sure he could, you know. But when you're going out there and you're filming tons of UFOs every single night, and it's like, dude, it's obviously it's fucking bugs and shit like that he's filming, dude. You know, it's like fucking come on, man, you know. And let me tell you that using FLIR to look for UFOs is fucking is dumb, dude. I think, you know, when you turn the FLIR camera to the sky, like a real one, you don't see anything. You don't see the stars or nothing like that. You know?
I don't mean FLIR. I mean whatever you're using, Kyle. Whatever that is. What is that? Infrared?
Infrared. That's the way to go, dude.
Infrared, you have to project the light though, so you're limited there too.
Well, infrared sees in a different spectrum, which is the infrared spectrum, you know?
Yeah, they have both passive and active, Vern. So you can do passive infrared.
Exactly.
Vern.
Right.
Oh, is that not his name? That's his name. Vern.
Yeah,
it's right there.
Vern. Word out.
It reminds me of Ernest.
Passive, when you mean by passive, you mean just by looking for, like he said, a spectrum, just as like a
it just receives the infrared spectrum and it translates it into a visual image your eyes can see. That's all it does.
Yep.
Does infrared light go as opposed to visible light?
Yeah, well, like for example, the Mount Adams video that Teresa Yanaro sent me as proof of UFOs flying out of Mount Adams, which I sent to Kyle, which Kyle explained was obviously a bug illuminated by active infrared.
Correct.
And so there's the active infrared where you fire infrared out into a space and then record what reflects back. Right. And then there's passive infrared where you're just sitting there waiting to capture any infrared, you know, the infrared spectrum.
And all cameras will act in a passive or active, or do you have to have a specific camera for that?
No, yeah, the camera that sees in infrared should work just fine. But you also have cameras that see in like all spectrum, and they can see infrared light. It just looks different.
Well, most digital cameras can see an infrared if you take out the filter, if they have a filter in it.
And but when you take those filters out, they become more like all spectrum cameras, and so they see they can see infrared light, but they don't. It's not like actual like night vision. It doesn't work well for night vision, but you need an extreme amount of infrared light for it to like light stuff up. But you can still see like a little light, you know. But I think infrared is like the way to go, as in using a camera as a means to, or some kind of device that can see in other spectrums, as opposed to FLIR, which does see in another spectrum, it sees in heat, you know, but that's what it comes down to, is just heat. You know, I want to see it in a light spectrum.
What are you using when you do your UFO live shit?
Now, I use for a couple different things. I use my my Spirit night vision, and then I see what up, Warm Freeze.
What is that? A luminescence? The lens has a luminescence.
No, it's what it picks up. It picks up infrared light, and it uses just a beam of incandescent infrared light. And then I use the PTZ camera, the Sumba camera, which is another night vision one, but it shoots out, uses high powered lasers, infrared lasers, and that miles down the road, and so the camera can see the shit that it's reflecting off of miles down the road. So in pitch black, dude, fucking that camera can see fucking anything miles away, dude. It's fucking awesome, man.
What's that called again? Because you cut out.
It's a Sumba camera. It's a Sumba PTZ Sony security camera.
Oh, okay.
Dude, it's fucking sick. When I set it out just like how normal, not looking at the sky, dude, I can spy into people's houses like fucking all the way down the other end of the block and shit, dude. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah. When I worked security guard at CBC Television, I had a bank of security cameras that all used that at night, right? And they were all remote control, and I would sometimes like use them to like zoom in on different like parts of the city. It was fucking crazy. You could zoom right in and you could see all kinds of shit going on in the pitch black.
It's miles away, dude. Like it zooms in.
Well, Tom, how long's it been since you saw that stuff?
Me? It's been, I don't even want to, like say too much. Like it's been stuff I saw when I was very young, and then stuff. There were other experiences that continued till I was 12, and then after that, that all stopped, and I've had one possible UFO sighting since then, which was actually just about a year and a half ago.
I wonder
it happened
year ago.
it was when you were young. You know, I think the younger we are, we're more not clouded by what people tell us all the time. Feel, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when
you're
you're
not
younger,
convoluted.
The irony is when you're young and you have those experiences, you're so young, or I was, that you don't realize how strange it is until you get older,
right?
And then you're an adult and you realize that was seriously fucked up. It wasn't just fucked up; it was seriously fucked up.
That's a clue to me with you, because I reason the same way. Because of when you're a kid, you can look back and you can remember how you were thinking as a kid.
Yeah, and you were just like,
where, you know, other people don't think that way, but I mean, I can remember like really, really young, like when I was not even a year old, I have memories.
Mine are from when I was like 4, but when you're 4, you don't know this is out of the ordinary, as weird as it is, but you're just like,
right,
this is something, you know, different, but you don't. I didn't know enough to be as terrified as I am now looking back at it, if that makes sense.
Right.
Yeah.
It does. I understand.
Yeah, it's some weird shit.
And that's cool.
There's something. There's something
that will wear on you the rest of your life until we get the right answers.
Yeah, there's something about being small children, below the age of 3. All those stories of kids, and a lot of them are bullshit, I'm sure, but there's some pretty fascinating ones of young children who are giving details of a past life, right down to the, like a guy who was a pilot, or a kid who thought he was a pilot in a former life when he's like 3. Like there's something that's going on there, like when you're just coming from 0 to 12. Where there's a kind of flexibility in your consciousness that lets you be aware of things that you can no longer access once you reach puberty for some reason. And I don't understand what it is or why it works that way.
I have to agree with you. Some of these kids that claim to be like living on Mars in a former life, I don't believe that. But
yeah, like there's a lot of bullshit.
There are kids who do have, like, I think just basically anybody, any child is like more susceptible to maybe other shit that's going on around us that we just don't see or whatever,
Right.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know if it.
I saw a deal here not too long ago about a kid that kept saying that he was a fighter pilot and all this stuff, and he had a name, and he would pick out all the planes and stuff in World War II, and his parents started writing this shit down, what carrier he was on. They asked him what his name was. God, they showed a picture of him to the kid, and he said, "Yeah, that's me." And they went to a reunion, heard all these people back in 1944. It's like, oh wow!
Now,
man.
can you guys see the comment section right now on YouTube? If you guys can see it, take a look on what Warren Freeze is saying, and he's saying how I just use my daughter's eyes. She has trichromancy and can see an infrared spectrum. Now, what's cool is that it's a really rare condition that some humans get, where they can literally see 99 million different colors. All right, and humans, like normal people, can only see, I think, like a million or something like that. And like these people, it's like they can see like so much other shit, and it's just like natural for them. They see like the colors, the brightness of everything is just so different from what we see every day. And
I can drive around at night with my headlights off and shit like that, like out in the desert, as long as I let my eyes adjust. And other people are like, "How can you see where you're going on that?" And I can be like driving 50 miles an hour through dirt roads and shit.
You're
That's how I
crazy.
sneak up on these
Don't
things.
do
and
that.
shit, you know?
Turn your headlights on, Vern.
I'm telling you, I can sneak up on these fucking things without those headlights on and shit, you know?
Shit.
I'm
No lights
colorblind.
at all,
so
but-
I can't see shit.
Turn your headlights on, Vern. Yeah, see, and that was, he's colorblind. So think about that. Now it's like you got the people on one end who could see, even infrared light, and then you got people on the other end who are fucking colorblind, and can't even see it. So it's like, it just, it just shows you there's a difference out there that people can, possibly. I wonder if there are people with like Warm Freeze's daughter. Could she have the ability to see UFOs that exist that other people just simply can't see? Is that a possibility?
I believe so. And another thing too.
You think so?
Another thing too about you just said about colorblind people, that they are totally effective with camouflage. Like when people are wearing camouflage, they can see them.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
They know that. They were able to take snipers out and stuff because they would become their spotters for snipers because they could see people in camouflage or camouflage.
In World War II, they recruited specifically people who with red-green color blindness as pilots because they could see camouflage tanks and vehicles.
I'm colorblind. I'm colorblind. I'm bad colorblind.
Are you colorblind, really, or I've seen?
Hey,
I mean, what is color?
And I see things different than anybody else. And
I believe that.
It's weird. It's really weird. I have my own colors. Like I might see what I think is blue, but you look at that same color and you're going to say it's something else. And I don't know how that all works, but
That's
I guess they have a contact to fix that, but I don't know. That's just what I heard.
JD Asteroid Killer is saying, I remember seeing something when I was little and telling my parents for a whole month, even drew it 1,000,000 times, and they took my ass to a therapist.
Yeah.
See? You gotta be cool about it.
Yeah. I stopped telling my mom for that reason. I told my mom once or twice, and she mentioned something about schizophrenia or something, and I just clammed up. I was like,
no, wait, that's not it.
Hey, Kyle.
Kyle.
Third Phase is asking for a link.
Yeah, sorry. I just meant to pop. That was a YouTube. That was the link for the actual YouTube video here. Let me get you the link for the actual hangout. Hang on.
Oh no.
All right, man. Go.
Yeah, no, I've been to the therapist too.
Hi, guys.
Parents,
Come join us. JD Asteroid Killer says, I'm colorblind. I see blue as something else. So he don't even know what blue looks like. He's like, because he tried to say, like, when he figured out he's colorblind, they were like, this is blue. And he's like, sure, I guess, whatever, dude. He's just like, whatever, I guess,
That's what I mean.
That's where his thick skin man's at. He's like, this is this. And he's like, oh, okay, I guess, sure, whatever.
Like in your cerebral cortex, or the colors determined, or how does that work?
I'm not sure, dude. Like it's like the retinas only receive certain light, and so your like the neurotransmitters only process certain light once they hit your retinas, and then other light doesn't process for some reason. So you'll see a blurring of the colors, or you'll see like a gray instead, and like because your eyes just don't process it for some reason.
This is genetic.
I'm not sure why.
People that run.
No, it's not genetic.
Yeah, it runs in families. You get it from your mother's side.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Exactly.
Yeah.
Genetic.
Alex, you look so fucking stoned.
I am.
When I go to a red light,
I can tell.
for position, whatever position is on, then I know what color it is. Because I can't tell.
What's it look like at a distance? What's a stoplight look like at a distance? Does it look like all the same color?
That's why they always put them on the top and everything else, right?
Yeah. The difference between them.
That's why all signals have to be in a certain order, right? Is for color blindness.
Yeah, like that's why, like he's like, if it's at the bottom, I know I can go.
Fucked up that would be if they just put it wherever.
And I'm kind of screwed at night when there's a single flashing light. I really have to stop and slow down to see which one it is.
Oh yeah, because it could be flashing green or flashing red. Yeah.
Wow.
What up, Blake? Brent?
Or yellow.
Can we hear
I
you?
think they could put some sort of a transmitter in a car that would like give you a tone or something, you know?
Pulled over because of it before.
If they can hear us, we can't hear you guys.
Are
Blake's
they
on
We
there?
Are Not Alone? Oh, they're there.
What's up,
Yeah,
Blake?
yeah. That's Blake and Brent.
Oh, am I on?
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, hey, Kyle. It's
Hey.
been a while. How you doing?
Yeah, good, man. We were just talking about you earlier, dude.
Yeah, I was watching your earlier broadcast.
Oh, okay, cool, man.
And I saw your earlier video on the Mauna Kea video as well. That was pretty cool. I'm glad you covered that as
Cool.
good.
I wanted to ask you, did you find that yourself?
Well, I saw that there was this. I don't know where I actually saw the Sprite video. This jet trail or whatever over the Mauna Kea, but then I was watching the video and then I noticed this UFO action as well on top of that. So that was kind of cool. It's like I wanted to break this news, but then I'm like, well, look at this other thing going on. So it's really awesome.
Is there an eruption going on right now? By that Sprite?
What's up?
Going on right now, along with that Sprite at the time that Sprite was filmed? It was one of the mountains erupting?
This was shot on top of the Mauna Kea, so it's about 13,000 plus feet, almost 14,000 feet up there. And no, the volcano is erupting on the island for sure, but it has nothing to do with the volcano. The volcano's not shooting out. Yeah,
right, I wasn't talking about that at all. I was talking about like gases.
That thing was higher than that.
Plasma gases that cause that. And if it's the right gases are coming out of the volcano, they could be rising up, and that could have affected the atmosphere up there and caused the Sprite.
Yeah,
it's Mauna Kea is dormant, so there's no activity of volcanic activity on the Mauna Kea.
Can you tell how high that object was, volcano?
Well,
listen, you guys, break this down for Blake. Let me interrupt you for 1 second. Okay, let me break this down for everybody. The volcano had nothing to do with this thing. There was no volcano. I simply put it in there as a clickbait title, dude.
Oh,
yeah, dude. I was like, there's no volcano. Like, I just put that in there just for a fucking
sacred volcano. The sacred volcano.
Well, hold on a sec. It
That's
used to be a volcano, though. It used to be a volcano, but it's dormant now. It's not extinct.
okay.
It's not extinct. It's dormant. There is a possibility, in 100,000 years or so, that it could erupt again. The Big Island's only about, 2 million years old. So about 1 million years old. So it's a pretty young island. But the thing is, this thing was 13,000 feet in the air, plus 14,000 feet where it was captured on top of the Mauna Kea summit. And then this thing shot up into the ionosphere. So
That's crazy. It went fast, too.
That's cool. Right, yeah. No, what I want to talk about is that UFO that you saw in that video. Now, if you guys watch this, I thought it was really cool because it was time-lapse, so it's hard to tell exactly, but it did seem to move like a bug would, like just the way it it was really weird. You guys, that was a really good catch you guys did, man.
Yeah.
Well, some people say that they're helicopters, but again, at 14,000 feet, can you tell me there's not many helicopters up there that high?
No.
That's not.
That's why that's how high it was.
Be specially made to be able to go over 10,000 feet, and a very expensive outfit to do that. And
yeah, that's why if you're trapped up on a mountain above a certain altitude, you're kind of screwed.
Yeah, you're screwed.
Yeah, we've been up there at the top of the Mauna Kea Mountain.
Up there.
It's pretty harsh environment up there, let me tell you. The air is very thin. It's hard to breathe. You have a headache while you're up there, and it's cold and very miserable. But it is a great viewing spot to the stars. It's basically the tallest mountain in the world. It's taller than Mount Everest if you go down to the bottom of the sea level. Yeah. This thing's massive.
I see. That makes sense.
Out of here.
Yeah,
true.
because like Hawaii is nothing but a bunch of volcanoes and shit. So if you were to move the sea out, if you remove the water out, it would. That's that's how
half the height is underwater. Over half the height is underwater.
Yeah, something like
absolutely,
that.
Absolutely.
40,000 feet higher.
That was a really cool video, dude. Like, I was wondering if you guys had caught that yourselves or if someone else had caught it and you had just posted it or whatever. But I was like, that was fucking cool. I saw it. I was like, dude, I gotta share that video. That was fucking cool. I wanted everyone on my channel to see it. So I was like, it was a really good.
It was
video.
cool.
What's that? Oh, did you see our new dog breakfast?
Your dog? Your what?
Yeah, well, anyway, we shared this dog came running into our house about 2 months ago. And there's like a large booming noises in the neighborhood, and this little small dog ran into our house. I acted like he was our long lost friend. So yeah, we shared our latest video. It shows our dog that we have. It's pretty classic.
No, I haven't seen it. I'm gonna have to check it out, man.
You called your dog breakfast? You called him breakfast?
Yeah. We call him breakfast.
Cool. A dog's breakfast. I like
He's
it.
our MIB protector. He keeps out for the MIBs and lets us know what's going on.
What's going on with you guys in the MIBs? What's happening there?
Oh yeah.
Well,
yeah, you guys having MIB problems like Tyler?
We've had MIB problems or suspicious behavior years ago, but it's kind of tapered down. That they were kind of I don't know. I have no idea. I'm not gonna. Let me tell you, if somebody was pulling out and parked out in front of my house, you know what I would do?
What would you do?
Roundhouse, buddy.
You're right. Fuck yeah, dude.
I would go out there with a camera, Blake and Brent, and do an interview, and then put it up on your channel.
Fly a fucking drone right up to their fucking window, dude.
Yoga.
What up, Margo?
Hey, baby.
Hey, there's Yoga. She's where have you been, Yoga?
I have been packing because I'm moving.
Are you done yet?
Huh?
Are you done yet?
No, I still have a lot more packing to do, but I'm taking a break. Yeah.
Packing? What are you moving?
Worse.
Huh?
Are you moving?
Yeah, I'm moving. Casey got a job up in Iowa.
Oh yeah, you mentioned that before. He was looking.
Yeah, I'm gonna go stay with my mom for a little bit and spend some time with her before I move all the way up there.
Oh, okay.
I hate moving.
And then me and Danny are gonna go up there and join him after he saves a little money.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, that works. That's happening. That's how you do it sometimes, you know.
Yeah, it'll get better when we all join back up together up there. Things will be better. It's just been a really rough summer for us.
Oh, I bet, man. You know, yeah. Where are you at? Mississippi?
Missouri.
Missouri? Yeah, you got to get out of that hardcore Republican fucking state, dude. Get to a progressive state.
I know, right?
Progressive.
Yeah, it sucks. In this little town we live in, there are no good jobs here. All the good jobs are the type that'll lay you off. And
man, they don't give a fuck. Dude. They're like the right to work because they like fuck unions over and fuck that.
Yeah.
Dude.
And
George,
he went up there. He went up to Iowa for an interview, and he got a job the very first day he went up there. Whereas all summer long he's been trying to get a better job than the one he, had and couldn't find one. He already found a better one up there.
That's tough.
Harry Toe, Harry Toe says they want to give this a thumbs down just because they're like, well, they're talking about the video.
Hey, Harry Toe.
I got a question for Blake before Blake leaves. I want to ask him something. Blake, are you going to be having Corey Good back on your channel for an interview?
Yeah, I guess. What do you think? Should I? I think I've had we did that good interview. What do you think? There's been.
I think you should, but this time I would like to supply you with a list of questions.
Yeah, sure. What would be your first question?
My first question that I would ask Corey Good, I got this out because Kyle and I are about to put up a video and sort of exploring Corey Good, but my question would be, Corey, you have talked about ongoing teleportations, transportations, and abductions that happen on a regular basis, and yet you have recorded and acquired no evidence. Why is that? And then when he answers, because it's against the law of one, then you say, So then what you're saying is that people should just believe you because they should have faith in you, and then see how he answers. And then if he says, well, I don't know how he would answer that, but next time you have him on, see if you can like probe at him a little bit with those types of questions, because a guy who says he's getting abducted by the military-industrial complex program, he's getting teleported on pre-scheduled appointments up to the moon, and he's getting teleported down under the ground to meet Galadriel under the earth. That guy should be able to bring back a moon rock or something. And
yes.
Well, let me say this. Let me say this, Kyle. You remember right before I interviewed Corey Good, I said we were talking and I was asking you questions like, "Is there anything you want me to ask?" And you're pretty much saying, "Yeah, go after him," just like how UFO Proof does. That's what he does. But I have to be civil in its own case. But I did take some pointers from UFO Proof, and I pretty much asked him that exact question.
He did too.
I did. So you got to rewatch it. I asked him towards the end of the interview, but I did ask him that exact question, just like I called out Dr. Greer in a recent interview.
What was his answer? Because I did watch most of that interview, but at a certain point, Corey's droning voice gives me a migraine. But what was his answer?
You'll have to watch the video. He has an answer for everything, which is that's what I do appreciate about people when I interview them. Like, I could ask them anything I want, and hey, I'm going to do it. And it amazes me that these people do have an answer for everything. They really don't skip a beat.
Oh, well, I got a question. Well, not really, more like a statement. Hey, what are you guys doing tonight? Can you Skype me later?
Yeah, sure thing, man.
Definitely. Fucking hit me up on Skype, and because I got Tom here, and I want to work on that. I want to discuss that one video that we wanted to work on with you guys, and so if we could get a chance to bullshit or whatever, so just I'll just hit you guys up on Skype, or you guys just hit me up on Skype, or whatever. I gotta go I gotta dip out of here and go pick up my fucking girlfriend. So she's sitting there. Yeah, I gotta get my girlfriend. She's messaging me on Facebook right now, dude. So I'm getting all these messages. I'm like, oh fuck, dude. And she's
just
like,
tell her you have Blake on the line.
Live. You can see me on right now.
You can leave us on the line for a while. You go pick up your girlfriend. We'll take over a UFO Cruise channel for a little bit.
Yeah. You got stay on the Google Hangouts, man. Fucking rock it out, dude. Oh shit, you're married. Yeah. I'm going to blow up. No,
yeah, we'll take care of it. Don't worry. Shit, we can stay on there. Shit. This is my day off tomorrow.
When I get back, I'll come and join you guys, man.
I'm not married. The denial. Listen to the denial he's in.
All right, guys. All right, guys. UFO Proof. Out. Now I will thumb down it. Oh, you better not thumb down it. Oh, you motherfucker. You son of a bitch.
Brother.
All right, bye, you guys.
All right.